Hello everyone, this is Mumbo and welcome back to another episode on the Hermitcraft server. This is episode 4. That's not good. So, by the look of things... Yeah, by the look of things, I died during my AFK session. That's no fun at all. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go AFK overnight once again, but this time... I'm actually going to record. So I'm going to be chilling out here, we'll time-lapse it, and we'll see if I die, and more importantly, how I die. Now this time-lapse is very, very interesting because, well, obviously compressing 18 hours worth of footage down to probably about 40 seconds is always going to look really cool. But more importantly, we caught something. Not the thing that killed me. I mean, we didn't actually die during this time-lapse. So the point of it didn't kind of work out. But... what is this? What is this? We have got Grian coming down the ladder, shooting eggs, firing chickens into my base, and leaving. Now, we've never actually caught him in the act. We just saw him at the scene of the crime, and we saw lots of chickens. But we weren't 100% certain it was him. But Grian is clearly the culprit, so we're going to have to get him back at some point. I'd love to hear your thoughts on what I should do. Anyway, we are now back on the server, and I want to check out how well our slime farm has been doing, and yes, it has been doing incredibly well. That is not bad at all. That is not bad at all. Check that out. So we've got enough to get slime blocks and everything. You know what? I think in the early days, I mean, I don't know if any... I'm going to go head over to the shopping district. I want to see if anyone else has created a slime block shop or a slime ball shop. If they haven't, we are cashing in. We're going to cash right in. No! Oh, no! I just logged back into the server. No! Oh, my word! That is so ridiculous. I logged back into the server. I was just saying hello to everyone. I logged back in next to Doc, who is tagged. Oh, no. Rules of Hermitcraft tag. You must keep the tag in your inventory at all times. If you lose the tag, you must replace it. You cannot tug someone in the same episode you were tagged. You cannot tug the same person who tagged you. If you tag someone new to the game, you must give them this rulebook. The game can evolve over time. And I don't think you can tag people who are AFK, or at least that's like gentleman's rule. Oh, no. Oh, now everyone knows that I'm an untouchable. That my name's all red in the tag. Oh, no. Right. I've got an idea for how we're going to get them back. Anyway, being tagged aside, there are currently no slime block shops. So, let's get down to business. I'm going to pop into my testing world. We'll start working out what we want to do for this store. Okay, so I have been hard at work going through a whole bunch of different designs for this thing. Originally, I was going to build like a big slime block type thing, but you know, I've done that before, and also that's not particularly creative. So I thought I would create something that looks a little bit like this. Now, it's very grey, and it's very evil lair looking. I'll give it that. But I do think it looks really, really cool. I really like this place. And in the actual build, we're going to be getting pretty creative with these things. In fact, these are actually going to have water on the inside. So let's see. I mean, how does that look? If we place water on the inside there. Oh, that's just gone inside that stair, hasn't it? I forgot about that. So let's just quickly remove that. How do I get rid of water? Okay, there we go. So if we place the water on the inside of there and not have it flowing out through the stair, then it's going to look something a little bit like that. You know, that kind of ruins the depth that we've created, but it's important because, as I say, we're going to be doing something special with it. Oh! Oh! No! No! Can they get underwater? Yes, they can! I really couldn't be in much of a worse place, actually. Oh, no! Get me out of here! Oh, my word! I'm so dead. No! Oh, no! I don't even know where that is. Anyway, we've just about recovered, so now it's time to start gathering up resources. We're going to need tons upon tons of acacia wood and also a bunch of lime stuff as well, so we'll have to head over to the desert to get that. So, we have gathered up all of the resources, I've got all of those, and I've located a spot in the shopping district where my store is going to be, so we're just in front of... I believe this is a shulker box shop, which I wonder how much are they charging for shulker boxes? Yeah! 8 diamonds each. That isn't actually that bad. I'm definitely going to buy a handful of those because that'll be really handy. But yeah, this is where the slime block shop is going to be. And it's pretty big. Yeah, no, I've realised now how big it is. But we've got all of the bottom area in place. So now I'm just going to start work on doing these top sections. And yeah, this store is starting to look... It's actually quite huge. We're taking over the town, but it's nothing compared to Impulse's mansion, I suppose. Things have come together very nicely. This is looking really, really cool. So we've got all the stone slabs in place. We've got all of the acacia wood. We've got all the slime blocks going round. Now, what do you reckon? Do you reckon green concrete or lime green glass? Huh. Because having windows would actually be quite cool. Because right now, I think that might be why it looks like such a dungeon, because we don't have any windows. I'll have a think about that one, I think. Right, well, this is 100% a spoon moment. I just used this water right here to convert my concrete powder into concrete. Most of it went into the side of that cactus. I've lost over half a stack of my concrete powder. That's so stupid. How did some get over here? Oh, dude, though, this is amazing. These waterlogged blocks look oh, that is such an improvement to the game. So as far as the actual walls themselves, they are pretty much all completed. I've just run out of buttons. I was 2 buttons short. You can see that we have got, yeah, all of the kind of external blocks going around, all built in. So we need to build up our pipes, our little lime pipes. But this should give you a rough idea of what the build is actually going to be looking like. And, dude, I really like it. I think it's such a cool little spot. Yeah, this is looking great. And now it is fully finished. All we have to do is place in these final stone slabs up at the top here. And we have got ourselves... Yeah, we've got everything in place. Now, obviously, we still have some dirt in the roof here. But I've smelted up all of the glass. We've got a bunch of lime green glass. I've done the tubes going over the top. So this is where... those tubes are going to be. Then we have a glass ceiling here, and this area is actually quite big. Yeah, we've got a decent amount of space to play with. And if we take a look, it looks really cool. I mean, yeah, it looks pretty good. If we just pop up on top of like a pillar or something. I mean, it's quite flat on the top, but that is very different to a lot. Well, I say it's very different to a lot of my builds. I've tried my best to add as much depth as possible. And you know what? I'm really happy with it. Yeah, I'm really, really happy with this thing. Okay, so next up, I've got to light up the inside because this place is going to become super deadly, and I currently don't have any torches, but Doc M's sorting that out, thank you. So we've got to light up the inside, then we've got to work out what we're actually going to do for the interior, but first, I've actually got to do the redstone for these tubes, because what I want to do is have our slime balls actually floating up through water streams on the outside, so you'll be able to see slime balls traveling up through these blocks. It's gonna look really good. And now it looks even better because I've just removed those blocks from the glass, slightly rounded it off, and that has improved things about 10 million times over. And now the interior is coming together really nicely as well. So what I've done is I've got this little floor in place. I thought I'd kind of mirror what we have going on with the ceiling. Obviously we've got a lot of stone slabs and we've got a lot of stone related things going on in here, so it's all very grey. But I guess this is where the tubes are going to be falling down. So this is where our items are going to be going. And we've got that going on both sides. And then in the middle of these areas, this is where all of the chests are going to be for all of the slime things. Now, for now, we're going to be selling slime balls because I can't afford slime blocks. But in the future, slime blocks will also be for sale. Something odd is happening here. Yeah, don't know what to say about that one. Alright, I've created the redstone circuit, but unfortunately, yeah, all of these need to be source blocks. So it looks like, I guess I could just run kelp up the inside of this thing, because that turns the water into source blocks. So not only would that look really cool, but also it will work. What is going on? I'm kind of confused. I feel like Grian's kind of haunting me in a bit. Oh, this guy's carrying a nautilus shell. And he dropped it! It is so fair. That is rare for them to drop it. Why is that falling through? Okay, eggs. Okay, get rid of eggs. We got one. There we go. It's working. The system is working. And, I mean, it looks cool. You'd have to really be looking for it. No, you know what? No, that looks quite good. If you walk past, you'll spot that little detail. And it traveling up through the kelp. I'm actually a big fan of this. I think this is great. And they'll never despawn because obviously they're cycling through into the hoppers and droppers and things. Yeah, I like that a lot. All of them are now in place, and I have to say the reason that I'm standing here is because I've actually had to switch off 2 of them. So if we get my frames per second up, so now we only have the front 2 running. So right now we're at 107 frames a second, and then as soon as I spin round, we drop down to about 86, 90 frames a second. Yeah, and it was much worse than that with all 4 running. We'd drop down to about 60, so I don't think this is too bad, but we are going to have to be careful. No crazy redstone things going on in here. Right, but other than that, I mean, this is all now completely finished. So we are now all done. I suppose we just need to get the chests in place and all our prices. Oh, I'm so moronic. I mean, I seriously, I worry about myself sometimes. I just fell down the ladder in my base. Well, regardless of that, I mean, Grian has been over here. I'm so confused as to what he's been up to. It seems like he's just been standing at the back there. I'm a bit dazed and confused by that one. So, I mean, I guess he has been loading up the slime farm though, which means that I've got tons of product to sell. This is fantastic. Now, I was trying to decide on prices, and as far as I can tell, Wells Knight is charging 1 diamond per stack of bushes, which means that I've decided on 1 diamond per stack of slime balls. So here they are, they're all in place. We've also lit up this area so that hopefully it shouldn't be filled with mobs, which means that people can shop safely. And there are a bunch of slime balls that you can buy inside these chests. So Hermits, if you're watching, feel free to pop on by. If you need any slime balls, this is the place to come. But I guess we probably should work out the area around this thing, because right now it's a little bit of a mess. I kind of cut into the mountain a tiny bit, and yeah, it's looking a little bit rough around the edges. So we've got to do quite a hefty bit of terraforming here to make this a little bit prettier, because I'm looking at Doc M's build that he's currently working on. It is stunning. It's so beautiful. And unfortunately, I don't know if I can quite compete. I mean, I've done a little bit of terraforming around the outside here. So I'm just going to chuck in a tiny bit of bone meal just to kind of soften up the edges just a little bit. But this is looking much better. It's looking 10 times better. I mean, things were pretty tight in between this build and this build, so I've had to be quite smart with my terraforming, but I definitely think it looks natural. And then if we take a look at what I've done with the front, you can see that once again we've got a little bit of bone meal, and also we have this tiny little sign right here for the shop. So I think that just about wraps everything up for this build. I'd say this is all done, so we're officially open for business now. And now all of those items have been moved from those chests out the front into the base, and it's made me realise that we are kind of rocking quite a lot of resources at this point in time. And all the stuff that we have underneath the ground, we're actually not doing that badly for, what, episode 4? Anyway, there's still a whole ton of different things I want to do in today's episode, and I'm going to check out, I mean, I've had an idea for something, and I wonder if I'm going to be able to pull it off. So, going up and down this ladder has been a pain in the backside. Sorry, I just wanted to check how my chicken was doing, because I feel like a lot of my chicken is being burnt in the lava, so we might have to sort that out in today's episode as well. But yeah, the ladder going down into this area is definitely old school technology, so I'm thinking we create some form of elevator. Now, I did a tutorial for a 2x2 one the other day, and it was good, and it's still incredibly simple, but I want one that's only 1 block wide, and to do that, we're going to be making use of kelp again. I just need to see if I can actually do that. Now, I think it's safe to say that this is going to look a lot better than the current ladder setup that we have going on here. So if I just remove some of this scaffolding, you can see what I've kind of done with this area. And what we're going to have is we're going to have an acacia wood door that is going to be like that. And yeah, when we walk up to it, that will activate the redstone, the door will close, we'll shoot up. It's going to be great. It's going to be the best. And we actually already have all of the circuitry for the block swapper down underneath. All we have to do is we need to run, so I guess we actually want it to be the other way round. So if we just quickly break these and swap them over. So we need it to be magma blocks at the top, soul sand there. We then need to run a repeater into this thing and then have some form of pulse extender, which I imagine just having a 4 comparator pulse extender will do fine. And then that will actually be us pretty much set for this redstone contraption. We just need to get all the water in, and that'll be it. Dude, this is working so perfectly. Look at this. So there we go. There's our soul sand. And then eventually, once we reach... Because remember, we have to go right the way up to the top. The magma comes across. And I actually don't know. I don't know if that's quite going to be long enough. But it's working brilliantly. This is mildly terrifying. I'm listening out for lava. I can hear zombies as if we've got a cave nearby. That sounds like my base. I wonder if I'm on the right level yet. Oh! My heart went into my mouth. I saw the orange and I panicked. And for anyone who doesn't know the kelp water source technique, all you have to do is place a water source that flows down, then place kelp going almost up to the top, and then you take out the top water source like that, and then place the water source above. It will flow down, and then you fill it in with kelp. And these kelp are going to turn our flowing water into water source blocks. It's amazing. I've got to be real fast here not to destroy the redstone. So it's number 5. So yes, okay, I've done it. That's broken all of the kelp, which is good. And yeah, we fall down to the bottom there. Okay, this is amazing watching all the kelp dropping down. So we get all of that back. Now, if I just grab myself a pressure plate and place it down here, let's give this a bit of a tester. So, up we go. I love new Minecraft. And then what will happen is the block will swap back. So now I can jump in and I will float right the way down to the bottom, and it will all be nice and quick, and then I can just open up that door and make my way out. This is just the best thing ever. And look how much prettier that looks as well. Oh, it's just a huge improvement to the entire area. I'm absolutely in love with that. I really like our little bunker that we have down at the bottom here. Now for our chicken farm, I've thought of a bit of an idea. Obviously we've got a hopper clock over here which is controlling the farms, which by the way, this is producing nothing but rotten flesh, apparently raw chickens and eggs. So I don't know what on earth is going on there. We'll have to look into that one because that one's really strange. But with our hopper timer, we can actually control a dispenser in this area which removes this lava. So it only shoots out the lava very briefly, kills off all our chickens, but the chicken doesn't get burnt by the lava. So what we're going to have to do is I'm going to have to break this, grab the lava without clicking on the hopper, and yeah, that's to be expected. So if we remove these blocks, and I guess get a dispenser in here somewhere, then we can connect up that dispenser using a redstone line which runs up through these blocks so that it doesn't interfere with any other redstone, and connects up with our hopper timer using a redstone line that we run underneath our base. I feel like this idea is good. I feel like this has some basis. I think we can roll with it. So I'm going to try my best to connect everything up without breaking everything. Alright, we're waiting. We're waiting. Still waiting. I really need to replace this block as well because there are going to be chickens spawning all over the place if I leave this. That actually seems like that's about right. You wouldn't want it any longer than that because then they would just burn up in the lava. It wouldn't make any difference. But you wouldn't want it any shorter because you need to make sure that the chickens die. I'd say that just about does it. And then for this, I think, yeah, we had glass it down at the bottom there. We can grab ourselves some stone and put that maybe down there. But first, I'm actually going to light that up because otherwise we'll get some noisy walls. Not that this place This is the noisiest place on the planet. We don't need to worry about mobs spawning in the walls when there's constant sound of zombies and everything else and chickens at all times. But yeah, no, I'd say that just about does us. So we fixed up the chicken farm, we've got ourselves a new elevator, we've got a lovely new slime farm as well. I mean, it's all coming together. And you know what? I can't help myself. I'm going to ride this thing all day long. But of course, I can't really do that because I've got videos to upload and edit and everything like that. So, unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, that is actually all I've got time for today. I really do hope that you enjoyed this episode. If you did, be sure to hit that like button. And if you really loved it, then make sure to subscribe. But thanks for watching, guys. This has been Mumbo, and I'm out. I'll see you later. Oh, and filming channel stuff. Link on the end screen. You guys know the drill.